Hello everyone, this is Neha Sharma. Today in this video we are going to start a new topic and the name of the topic is subject-verb agreement. So dear students, by this topic subject-verb agreement, you must understood that what is the actual purpose of this subject-verb agreement. As we have been studying grammar for many years, now it is understood that what is subject and what is verb. But just have a recap of that, of subject and what is verb. Let's see how the subject and the verb should agree, right? If we have, suppose we talk about a singular subject, so the singular subject should carry singular verb, right? If the subject is plural, then we have to attach the plural verb with that. Suppose, let's understand with the help of example. Suppose I am writing here, she is making food. Okay, she is making food. Now when we talk about subject here, what is subject? What is subject? In the sentence we are talking about whom, that is sentence. So we are talking about whom here? She, right? So this is what? This is subject. Now this she is what? She is singular, right? This she is singular. So with singular subject in present, if we are talking, we have to use singular verb. So this is present form, right, of we. So that we are attaching here. Suppose we are doing here, they are making food. They are making food, right? Now when we talk about the subject, we have they as subject. So they is working as a subject here, right? So this is subject, and because they is plural, so this is what? This is plural verb which we are attaching here. So this is also plural. Subject is plural, verb is plural, right? When the subject is singular, then verb is also singular, right? So this we have to do, that subject and the verbs and the verb what we are using, the both should agree actually, right? If we are not, this is something which is happening with the agreement, right? So to make our language correct and adjective, we should know all these rules, right? So today we will discuss first 4 rules in this video of subject verb agreement. But before that, let me tell you about the different persons. Like we have, like I am using here, that the subject may be, when we talk about the subject, right? So this subject may be noun and pronoun both. This may be noun, this may be pronoun. It is not necessary that every time this is a name, right? It may be pronoun. When we talk about pronoun, so what are the pronouns? Pronouns are he, she, it, I, we, you, they, right? So these are pronouns. If we talk about the first person, second person and third person of this, so the first person pronouns are, second person pronouns are, and the third person pronoun are. This is in both the forms. One is singular and the second is plural. So the first person pronoun is I. What is it? First person pronoun is I. Then if we write down the plural of that is we, right? You is singular also and plural also, so that is what? You is written here. If we talk about third person, that is what? He, she, it as singular, but the plural of this is what? They. What is this? They, right? So I singular, we plural, you singular and plural both. Third person is he, she, it, that's singular, and they is what? Plural, right? So this is a actually journal introduction, or actually journal recap for the subjects what could be, right? And when we talk about nouns, we have done many kinds of noun. 5 kinds of noun we have. Number 1 is proper noun, common noun, collective noun, right? Collective noun when the collection, like a herd of cattle, right? A litter of puppies, a pride of lion, something like that. So that is also noun. Clear? So this subject may be noun also, pronoun also. When we talk about nouns, we have common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun too. When we talk about abstract noun, so the abstract nouns are the feelings which we cannot touch actually, okay? Suppose anger, honesty, sweetness. This is what? This is abstract noun which we cannot touch. So we have to keep all this in mind, that what we are talking about here. So we have seen that what subject can be in the sentence. Now if we'll talk about the verb, second thing here is very important, that is verb. Now this verb can be of many types, right? This verb can be helping verb, this can be main verb also, and sometimes it can be linking verbs also. So let me tell you about this linking verbs and the helping verbs and the main verbs. So when we will talk about verb, and before telling anything further about verbs, let me tell you these verbs are what? Generally, suppose I am teaching you here, so this teaching is what? That is the basic verb here, that is the main verb which is going on, right? I am writing the sentence here, I am teaching a lesson, right? So I am teaching a lesson. If I am saying you to just get the verb out of this sentence, so you will say teaching is the verb, that's right. But with that, am is also what? That's also verb, because we have 2 categories of verb here. One is what? One is helping verb, okay, and the second one is main verb. Now if we will talk about, like in this sentence, it is not necessary that both kinds of verbs are required in a sentence. It may be like this, I teach, or if you want to write down English object also, so write down that. So I teach English, right? This sentence is having one verb only, that is main verb. So this teach is what? Working as a main verb, right? Okay, and the helping verb is not there, right? I have a book. I have a book. Now you will see I have a book. This is showing the possession here, and you will see that this have is the helping verb, right? So when there is no helping verb actually, no main verb in the sentence, so that becomes helping, that becomes main verb also. So this have is showing the possession here. Sometimes it shows the being also of something, like she is a good girl. So suppose I am doing here, she is a good girl, right? So this sentence is not having a main verb, but here we have is helping verb, and this is working as the main verb here. This is telling the being of something, right? So these are the different kinds of verbs, right? So where we have studied main verbs and the linking verbs, and with that we have some auxiliary verbs also, which is generally known as the modals, like can, could, may, might, right? Will, would, shall, should. So these are also auxiliaries. Auxiliaries are helping verbs also. These can be used as helping verbs, right? So this was the general introduction of the subjects and the verb. Now let's see what we have to do in rule number 1 and rule number 2 today in this video. So I am erasing this, and whatever the example I have to do, I will write down here. Okay, so rule number 1 says subject and verb must agree in number. Number means what? Number, I've told you the singular and plural. When we talk about number, that is what that number stands for, singular and plural form. And you know what is the singular and the plural form. Like boy, that's what? Singular. If we'll talk about boys, that's what? Plural, right? So it may be like this. So the singular, the subject and the verb must agree in the number. If the subject is singular, you have to attach, you have to give, you have to supply the singular verb with that. If the subject is plural, you have to give the plural verb with that, right? Let's see. But before that, let me give you one more example of simple present tense, right? So suppose I play. I play. This is what? Present simple. But she plays. So we have to keep these rules also in mind, right? Like when you have to write down the simple present tense, there we have to follow this, that the pattern of this is subject plus verb first, or verb first plus s or es. So this s or es we have to attach when there is singular subject, and this verb first we have to attach when they have plural subject. But I is plural here, so I is plural in some of the cases here, so you have to write down like in the form like am only we have to keep with am. Rest when we talk about the tenses, so I take what here? Plural verb. Suppose boys play football, right? So this I and boys both are plural, so that's why we are using here play football. Okay, so these general tense rules also you have to keep in mind. Now let's have a look on this first rule, that the subject and the verb must agree in number, right? First point here is, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. Second point is, if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural, right? Let's understand with the help of the examples. The list of the items is on the desk. Now don't get confused, because the subject here is too long. Okay, it is what? The list of the items. The list of the items. Now what you will do, or generally students what they do, whatever is the helping verb here or the main verb here, they just see the subject before that, or the noun before that, or the pronoun before that, and they just put the verb according to that. But it is not so. Here in this sentence we are talking about the list of items, which is a subject, and here we are talking about a single list of items. So the subject is what? Subject is singular, it's not plural. If we have here items, so that doesn't mean the subject is plural. The subject is singular only, because we are talking about the list of the items, right? So here see, the list is singular, so that's why we have to use which verb here? Is, right? So this is the agreement between a singular subject and the verb is singular too. Next one, let's understand. My friend goes to market. My friend, this is we have discussed right now, that simple present tense, right? So my friend goes to market. With subject singular, we have to use verb first plus s or es in simple present tense. So that's what we did here. My friend, that is singular, and with that I supplied goes here, because that is the rule of simple present tense, right? So this is what? Singular subject, singular verb, right? Next one is, both are qualified for the job. Now let's see, when we talking about this word both, what is the meaning of both? Both means both, dono, right? So when we talk about dono girls or dono boys or something, or some both the candidates or something like that, so this both word itself is giving the sense of a plural. So this plural is what? We have to do are with that. We cannot do here both is. It is what? Both are qualified for the job. So this is again the agreement between plural subject and plural verb, right? Next one is my friend is a singer. My friend is a singer. So what is my friend here? My friend is singular. That's why we are attaching here singular verb. So dear friends, this was the rule for when the subject is a singular, we have to apply, we have to supply, we have to give, we have to attach this singular verb here. And when the subject is plural, we have to attach the plural verb with that. It's very important, because generally what happen when you write down the answers also in your answer sheets in your exam, you actually do such type of mistakes, which is a mistake in language, right? So please take the screenshot of this rule number 1, learn it, and please make notes accordingly. You can supply more examples of your choice, but the attachment, the agreement between subject and verbs should be perfect. Okay, so just have the screenshot of this, note down this, and then we will discuss rule number 2 here. Okay dear students, I hope you have done this rule number 1. Now we will talk about rule number 2. Listen carefully. Two singular subjects joined by or, either or, neither nor require a singular subject. You may speak this either or also or either or also. Both are correct. It is neither nor or neither nor. Okay, both are correct or acceptable. So two singular subjects means when two subjects are there in the sentence and they are attached with these words or, either or, neither nor, they require a singular subject. Clear? Now first see the use of this or, either or and neither nor. So this or actually is the choice. When we have to choose something, or is for choice. When we have to choose something between the two things. Like if I'll ask you what you like to have, tea or coffee. So I am not going to give you both the things at the time. I will ask you what you want, right? Tea or coffee. So that is what your choice I am asking here, that is choice. When we talk about either or, either and or, this actually gives the positive sense. This gives the positive sense, right? And when we talk about neither and nor, that gives negative sense. So this is very important to understand here, right? So or is a choice between two things. Either or is in positive sense and neither nor is negative, right? Now or I have told you, either or. Now I have two things here, right? Let me take the pencil. Okay, now I have two things here in my hand, right? One is pencil and the second one is marker. Now I will say you write either with pencil or with marker. Means the positive I am saying you that you have to choose any one out of two, right? Either with pencil or with marker. But if I'll say either or, neither nor, neither nor. So this neither nor, I'll say you neither write with the pencil nor write with the pen, means negative sense. Both of the things are not used. And I will say you the another option, that pen you have to do. You have to write down with pen. So that will be the third thing, right? So that is what this use. So or is for choice, neither and or for positive sense, and neither and nor is for negative sense. Let's understand with the help of example. Example number 1 says, number 1 is my aunt or my uncle is arriving. Here let's find out the two singular subjects first. So first singular subject is what here? My aunt. And second singular subject is my uncle. And both of the subjects are attached with or. right? Here is the choice actually, means ya to uncle, ya to auntie, right? So there is a choice. Now my uncle, my aunt is arriving. So we are using here what? Singular subject. She or he is coming. Now here let's find out two singular subjects. She singular subject, he singular subject, and both are attached with the word or. So what we have to do, once again we have to use singular verb with that, and that the same thing I have done here, that is what? Is. So that singular verb is what here? Is, right? Next one is either she or he is coming. Now either is there. Now we have to choose two subjects first. This she is subject or he is subject, and this either and or are the attachments, right? These are the these are the words which are used here to separate the two subjects. So she and he are the singular subjects. She is also singular, he is also singular, and these are attached with either and or. Then once again we have to use which verb here? We have to use singular verb, which is rule number 2 is telling to us. Next, neither my uncle nor my aunt. This is giving negative sense, right? Here in the sentence, either she or he, right? Either she or he means this is giving positive sense. Now here, neither my uncle nor my aunt, no one, right? So neither is given nor is given. Then we have to subject the search the subject. My uncle is there, second singular subject is my aunt, and the verb which we have to use here is that is. So is a singular verb according to rule we have done. Next is neither she nor he is coming. So once again she and he singular attached with neither nor, and the verb we have to use is singular. It is not necessary we have to give is always. It may be according to the tense given to you, right? So this was rule number 2. Please take the screenshot of this and note it down in your notebook.